Hello, it is Samantha here, excuse me, of Samantha Sutherland Art and Books. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to my little corner of booktube, my little corner of YouTube. So those of you who are new, welcome. It's lovely to meet you, and to those of you who've been here for a while, as always, it's lovely to have you back, and it's lovely to have everyone here so I can have a nice little chat with you all. That's basically what I use my channel for. It's just for chatting about things I really like. And I hope you like what or some things I like too. But this video is a kind of mashup of a haul and a wrap up. So I think I'll do the haul first. Now, I chatted to Lil's Vintage World about this, and she's like, please tell me when you get her. And you may be wondering what I'm talking about. So before I actually start, why don't you grab a brew and pull up a pew and we'll have a nice chat. Now, if you saw my Tudor Timber video, haul video that is, of the books and the pretties that I had bought, then you will remember the queens, Elizabeth and Lady Jane Grey. And she was a queen, even though it's 13 days, she's still a queen. She's still forgotten in songs and stuff, but she was a queen. Anyway, I commissioned Rachel of Martha Moon Creations, hoping I've got the name of the shop right. I did check it like 5 seconds ago and my mind has blanked, but I will obviously put anything or anyone I talk about in the box below, or name it, or put a list or whatever. But I will put a direct link to this shop because she is absolutely fantastic. I sent her a question and said, is there any way you could create a Joan of Arc? I've got 2 queens and I really should have a Joan of Arc as well on the same shelf, because I have a book all about Joan of Arc which I will share in just a second. So she sent me a picture and said, do you like her? And I fell in love with her and I paid for her. And this is my beautiful Joan of Arc. Isn't she so very, very cute? And how amazing is that painting? Isn't she beautiful? I am in love with my little Joan of Arc. She sits happily on my shelf in front of said book on her, which would be Joan of Arc by Helen Castor. So if you see my Instagram postings of my ever-changing bookcase, and it's changed again completely, then you will have seen this one. This was a replacement for a paperback. I prefer with historical books and books on history, which also has favourite things of mine because I absolutely love, as I've mentioned, colour plates. I prefer larger print personally, plus also they come in nicer jackets in my opinion, beautiful covers. So I got this one. I got Joan of Arc ages ago, but I actually have replaced her. The book, that is, not Joan of Arc. So, plus also it's got this beautiful blue spine, and she sits in front of the spine on the bookshelf. So it fits absolutely beautifully. So yes, I really got to go with the book, but I also really wanted a Joan of Arc. So this is also a little bit for Lil's Vintage World as well, because she's like, when you get her, can I see her? And I was like, yeah, of course you can. So I did share pictures on Instagram, but I'm sharing her in my little haul here with you all today. So yes, meet Joan of Arc. I'm thinking for Halloween, I happen to be a major fan of the old time Universal monsters. As a kid, I loved watching Frankenstein, Battle the Werewolf, Battle Dracula, and I also I've had this for don't know how many years, a long time. I'm too scared to cut into it because it's the only piece of fabric I've got. And I know this is a book haul, but you have to see this. It's pretty. Look at this. I mean, how beautiful is this fabric? I don't know what to do with it. I might make I've got enough to make a book book sleeve maybe. something that I can look at and maybe use, even though it's not going to be useful because I have got book sleeves and I really don't use them. I do sometimes say that I will take a smaller bag out if I've got a hospital appointment. I'll shove a book in there and a few things, and I'll take it with me. But most of the time I've got a big bag, so it fits in my big bag. But this is all I have, and I want more because just it's, yeah. So I might actually, she has been putting 100, the owner of the shop that I got Joan of Arc from has been putting 100 days of Halloween or something on Instagram, and she's like set little diorama type things, and I'm thinking, do I get a Dracula, a werewolf, and a mummy maybe? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But if I get them, they're staying out all year, because for me Halloween is every day. Love Halloween. You're gonna see some Halloween fun coming up in the next video after this. I have some thinkings to do on that one. So also I bought this. It's from White Bee Gifts. I did get my daughter the 8 Wives of Henry, the 6 Wives of Henry VIII. It's because I also got the Henry VIII card as well. But yeah, Richard III, because I think he was done dirty. I don't think he's guilty like everybody seems to think he is. There is new evidence to suggest that he didn't actually do anything to the boys, the brothers in the tower. So anyway, I really loved the design of the card. It sits on my shelf, actually on the bookshelf over there, because I've moved some things around. As I mentioned, I absolutely love the medieval era, and this is another book that was to replace one that got damaged. Sadly and unfortunately, it got very badly damaged. It's a Folio Society edition of The Great Plague, because I have a weird obsession with the plague. I have done since I was a child. I was the weirdest kid in my primary school class. I liked things on the Tudors and I loved things on the plague. But look how gorgeous is that book. It cost me not the Folio Society price. I got it from Amazon. And its end papers are just stunning. And it's an absolutely beautiful book. And again, it has colour plates and all sorts of information, and it has a most beautiful big like map of where it all struck and who was, you know, affected, etc. So yeah, that's to read at my leisure at some point, but it's beautiful, isn't it? I do love Folio Society books. I wish I could afford them. There's one that I am after, which is For Something Wicked This Way Comes. I am aware I already own the book. I do not care. I want the Folio Society copy. It is gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. It is absolutely gorgeous. Talking of Folio Societies, I did get another one. Another Folio Society book. I found this by sheer accident. And it's called Bestiary. Now, I happen to have a love of, I think it was upside down, of, you know, the manuscripts with the Marginellas. This is the beasts from the Marginellas. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to give this a really good look through. I got this off eBay. I won it by accident. Complete accident. So there you go. So I got Bestiary as well, because I just absolutely love the manuscripts, the medieval manuscripts. And yeah, so I did quite well. Those two books cost me less than an actual copy of the, it's not a small book either. These are really heavy, excuse me. Oh. And they're not light, they're quite heavy, but they're gorgeous. Aren't they beautiful? So they sit happily on my shelf. Sorry about the bump. And then by sheer accident, I thought this sounded really good, and it's got a really good recommendation by Alison Weir. It says amazing and incredible tour de force. And I got myself this by accident because I saw it on Audible, and I thought, ooh, that sounds interesting. And then I looked it up, and then I might have seen the cover. Again, another eBay buy. Most of, if not all of these books came from eBay, except for the Plague book that came from Amazon. So it's The Time Traveller's Guide to Medieval England, a handbook for visitors to the 14th century. I figured if I was ever shoved in a time machine and sent back to the medieval period, I need to do a bit of research, so it would come in very handy. My excuse, I'm sticking to it. Plus also, eBay cost me less than £5. People getting rid of books, they're very helpful in my need for distraction at the moment. So this is a book I'm really looking forward to getting through. It's got tables and charts and marginella and manuscript stuff, and yeah, can't wait to start that book. And then, because oh my gosh, I did rant about this, I watched, what was that rubbish called? King and Conqueror. Yeah, no, I managed maybe 3 episodes. One I watched, second one I kind of watched with a bit of background noise, the third one was just background noise, and then by the fourth one I just fast forwarded it through to see if what they wrote about what Edward the Confessor did to his mother was true. In the series, not in real life. I can't believe they did that. I really can't. No, stop watching it. Not just because of its historical inaccuracy and the fact the costumes are awful, and it was just depressing to watch. The colours and they had a filter over it which made it look really dingy and boring and depressing, and everyone was in rubbishy, horrible, almost funereal colours, and it was just absolutely ridiculous. I just didn't like it. Anyway, I got back to the book. I got The Battle of Hastings, The Fall of the Anglo-Saxon England by Harriet Harvey Wood. I have actually been to where part of Hadrian's Wall still is, even though it's pretty much rubble. The book sounded interesting, and I thought, as I think it's next week is the 999th year anniversary, because it's nearly 1,000 years, of the Battle of Hastings. I thought I might actually start reading this on the day that the Battle of Hastings was fought. Also, you may have heard in the news, they are moving the Bayeux Tapestry from Bayeux to London, to the British Museum. If I worked for the British Museum, I'd be off sick that day. I don't think I'd want to take delivery of that. I'm just really hoping it's not dust when they get it. I mean, it's nearly 1,000 years old, and it's being moved, and it's never been moved probably since it was placed in wherever in Bayeux. So I'm probably even saying Bayeux Tapestry wrong. It's not even a tapestry, it's an embroidery. I suppose Bayeux Tapestry, Bayeux embroidery, tapestry sounds better. Anyway, yeah, so on the anniversary of the Battle of Hastings, I thought I might give this a look through. And I don't know if I can lift this because I stupidly put the decorations up, and I'm also going through a fibro flare up, so I am in a bit of pain. I might take photographs because this is really heavy. Okay, if I can hold it like this, if I shuffle forward with the chair. Okay, this is a Faden book that I got surprisingly cheap from eBay, and it is A History of Illuminated Manuscripts, and it is absolutely stunning. I did put some pictures on Instagram. So what I actually might do is I might just take some photographs again and put them at the end of this video, because it is super heavy and I'm having trouble holding it. That's how big it is. I was really surprised when it came through the post. My husband's like, "What did you order now?" And I was like, "I don't know. I can't remember." All these books just kind of turned up, and he was like, "What have you ordered now? How many books have you ordered?" And I went, "I don't know." I actually had forgotten how many books I had ordered, because some of them I had put offers in on eBay and won, and yeah, they automatically, if you win the bid now, if you win the offer, they automatically take payment. So I did that with 2 or 3 books, and I'd forgotten all about them. I was like, "Oh, I've got less money. Oh, books." So that, oh, and I left them upstairs, but I got some amazing badges from Hum from the Hill. I will put a picture somewhere here. They are just fantastic. I had to get them. They all say "I'm fine" with different characters from the margins of manuscripts, with things like axes in their head or a sword through them, saying, "No, I'm fine." I figured they would be absolutely, and I didn't put one on today. I thought it would be perfect as a person who suffers from chronic illness and disability. I seem to say quite a lot, "I'm fine," even though I'm not. I can just, oh, excuse me, I can just point to the badge and say, "Yeah, I'm fine." I just thought it was just perfect. So yeah, I got them from Hum from the Hill. I love everything on their shop, and there are so many other things that I want to get too. So I am saving up, because I'm going to be I could be quite bankrupt if I bought everything in one go. There's cups, t-shirts, stickers, all sorts. So yeah. also, and I will have to find an actual picture, because they're all scattered around the house. I totally forgot. I got these as well. I got a pack of 4, and they are medieval dogs, again from Hum from the Hill. I've got this one, and I got, excuse me, I have had a cup and glass on there. They need a wipe. I apologise. Not a very good advertiser on my. And then there's another one somewhere. I think it might be over there on the bookcase. And then my husband, I gave him one, but he's popped it somewhere because he's my husband. It's somewhere over on his computer desk. So yeah, I will find the actual image of said coasters. I just couldn't resist. I also got him the Blep Cat cup, which he uses for coffee at breakfast in the mornings. He actually has Medieval Cats t-shirt, which I got from somewhere on Etsy, but I thought the Blep Cat would go with the t-shirt, and he does love the Blep Cat mug. So he came in and said, my mug's been, I've broke my mug. I broke my coffee mug. If you want to get me anything for our anniversary, I want a mug. And I'd already ordered the mug because I knew he'd broken the mug. Excuse me. Right, so now it's wrap up and what I'm currently reading. I am currently listening to Dr. Blood Money because I was assured it was better than Ubik. But it's by Philip K. Dick, and I was assured it was better than, it's so much better than Ubik apparently. No, not so far. I love Ubik. Ubik is my favourite Philip K. Dick book. I've read that and Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which I did enjoy. But for me, listening to Ubik on Audible was the greatest Audible experience ever. The narrator was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, he didn't just read the book as it was. He actually, you felt like you were there when he was reading the pages. The voices and the accents, and oh, it's just fun. It's probably my favourite Audible book as well. I am going to get a hard copy because I want to read it again, because I absolutely loved it. So I am currently listening to Dr. Blood Money, it's good. I am liking it, I'm enjoying it. It's quite funny in places. It's a very bonkers plot. It's got something to do with the bombs got dropped and there are small pockets of people around the United States. There's a guy who's got a bus or some, I forgot what the car is, pulled by horses. The horse is named after an English royal, I think, and it's just really weird. And there's a guy who has no arms or legs. I think he can see into the future, and there's another guy who can fix anything. It is really bizarre. It's good, it's funny, but it's not Ubik. Sorry. I am enjoying it, but I am not enjoying it as much as I enjoyed Ubik. I also finished a book. I finished Cormac McCarthy's The Road. It took me about a week to read it because I had to stop and do other things in between. But literally, there were times I couldn't put this book down. I read like 100 and something pages in like one go, which for me is pretty much unheard of. Excuse me. It's about a man and a boy, his son. And the man is called the man, and the son is called the boy. The man has another name. He has Papa. His son calls him Papa. Excuse me. Frog in my, why do I always get a frog in my throat when I'm doing a video? So yes, something devastating has happened. It's apocalyptic, it's dystopian, it's depressing, it is scary, it is gross. If you don't like books about cannibalism, I'd give this a miss. I really I'd give it a miss. I thought the book was fantastic. I was looking for distraction, something really easy to read. I had a really bad week when I picked the book off my shelf, and I remember Rammel Broadcasting talking about the book. In fact, funnily enough, I literally just finished watching a video on his top 10 dystopian books. I think it was The Road was number 1, and I was sat there thinking, I'm reading that. And so the man and the boy are heading towards the coast because the man just thinks if he gets to the coast with his son, everything will be so much better, and it's not. It doesn't get better. You can imagine from the kind of book, it just wouldn't get better. And along the way, they have to dodge cannibals and really, really horrible people who are just utterly evil. The description in the book of the cannibalism, well, it's not just that, but it's things like they find they're being followed at one point, or they come across 3 people, 2 men and a very heavily pregnant woman, and they escape to this ridge to keep an eye on them, and then they go to sleep, and then the next morning they wake up to see a campfire over the way. So they go to the woodland to find out what the campfire is. And I was reading it, I went, oh no, just no. My daughter went, is it bad, Mom? And I went, it is. She says, how bad? I couldn't answer her. I was just like, I had to put the book literally down. And then when I was reading the rest of it, I literally covered the bit that I just read because I couldn't read it again. You need a slightly strong stomach to read. Don't read this while you're eating. That's advice I'm going to give you right now. Don't read it while you're eating, unless you are used to cannibal stuff whilst you're reading. There were some oh my god moments, and oh no moments. I did enjoy the book. Honestly, it was very good. I can see why Rammel Broadcasting really likes it. I thought it was very good. If you'd have told me 10 years ago I'd have read Cormac McCarthy's The Road, I'd have laughed you out of the room. I now want to watch the film. I've always laughed at the film, took the mickey out of it. Oh, it's about a man and a boy walking up a road. Big deal. But I watched Book of Eli. Absolutely loved Book of Eli. And it's obviously got kind of the vibes of Book of Eli, just without a Bible. And I won't tell you I nearly spoiled the point of Book of Eli then. It's good. Watch it. It's very good. I'm not religious, but I watched Book of Eli and I thoroughly loved that film. It was fantastic. This book is absolutely a really good read. Didn't take me long. It was just literally, and I also I think it's because of the way that the passages were laid out, the paragraphs rather, and also you don't have chapters, but you kind of do, because if you can see here, you can see these 3 dots, and I'm pretty sure that just basically means it's probably could mean it's end of chapter. I don't know, but there's no actual chapters in this, and I think that actually helped as well. It literally, I just couldn't put the book down. It was fantastic. And also I'm now reading Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. I've read Never Let Me Go. I've read it twice. I've seen the film. Absolutely fell in love with that book and the film, and I cried, and it was great, and I just felt for the characters in that book. And I thought the film did it justice quite well. I loved both of them. And so now I'm reading Clara and the Sun. This is another recommendation by Rammel, which brings me to my idea for Halloween, which I will share with you when I make the video. But this, it's about an AF, so it's an artificial friend. She's called Clara, and she lives in a department store with other AFs, and they're waiting to be picked. And they most want to be put in the window because I'm assuming from what I've read so far, and I'm only in the first, let's see, 18 pages, that the sunlight, the solar power from the sun and the daylight helps to charge them somehow, or the battery or whatever they've got. I don't know, because I've not really got really far at the moment. I am really thoroughly enjoying it so far. The description of Clara and how she's watching people, and there's this little girl that she kind of makes friends with through a window, and the friendships she's got with the other AFs. I'm assuming it means artificial friend. It's the only thing I think of, because they're all artificial little, like, robotic doll type things. And she's watching everyone's behaviour who goes past the window, and she's learning about life through the department window. And yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful. She's hopeful that she's going to get picked soon, and her friend is a little bit dim, bless her. Her other AF friend doesn't see the bad in anything, but Clara does, so she's already aware there's, I think, good and bad in the world. And it's just, so far, it's quite beautiful so far. So I'm really looking forward to reading the rest of this. I couldn't think of what to read after reading The Road. I mean, how do you follow up Cannibals? Yeah. So I started reading Slaughterhouse 5, but I think with everything that's kind of going on with my dad and everything, I couldn't, me and that book didn't get on. I didn't like the book too much. I'll read it in the future. Apparently it's a very good anti-war book, but at the moment it's a bit of a DNF for now for me. And it was between Clara and the Sun, Burn, and something else, and I can't remember what. So my daughter said, Clara and the Sun. So I said, okay. So that's why I got picked. I am waiting for The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury to be delivered. I was going to pick something like maybe is it Fahrenheit 451? But I thought, I read last autumn, I read Something Wicked This Way Comes. Was I going to reread it? I don't know, because I did fancy rereading, and I thought Fahrenheit 451. I thought no, because I'm waiting for a Halloween Tree to come, because I absolutely loved the Audible book. I've listened to that numerous times, but because of my absolute rubbish memory, I've decided that I need to read the book. Plus also I just absolutely love the story. So I did have it on order, but it was taking forever to come in hardback. So I decided to go for paperback. That's being delivered by next week. so I'm looking forward to that, so I can start reading that when it comes. I did have a book on order, a sci-fi book which is like a mix of like The Fog and The Thing, which I love both of those films, in one book. But apparently, according to Amazon, there was a problem with it being delivered and it's being sent back. So I either have to wait until the 5th of October and it not turn up and get a refund. I might just go to Waterstones and just buy it from there. It was a lot cheaper on Amazon, obviously, but I've got the Amazon. No, I've got the Waterstones membership card. So what the heck? I might as well buy it from there, I think. So yeah, that's what I have bought, what I have read, and what I am currently reading. I will go and have a read of this, actually, I think, whilst I'm waiting for everyone to come back. My husband's going to pick up Mini-Me, and I'm hoping he's going to the butchers in this weather, though. That's why I keep looking, because I can see I've got a clear view of the gate, and it's about the time that he will be coming back. So he was going to go into sale with her because she wants a sketchbook. I gave her a spend this morning. She said, yeah, I can buy a sketchbook now. However, it is torrential and it's awful, and even the postman looked depressed when he delivered one of my packages earlier. So I decided to put a Halloween aesthetic ambient type thing on, as you can see. Start with I'm doing a bit of DIY Halloweening this year. I've got, I don't know where I put it. Oh yes, I do, it's under here. I've got this really cool thing I got off Etsy. So I need to get a really good scalpel and cut it all out and put it all together to make a little diorama type thing. So yeah, I'm making that, and also I've got some other things on order so I can make decorations, because I love Halloween and I want to decorate this year. I'm insistent on decorating this year. So, and I'm also going to find a really good Halloween mug. I think it's important. So that's everything from me for now. My next video will be my Halloween special, my October special, which will take me to Halloween, which, yeah, I'll share with you then. So I'm going to go now. I think I need to either warm up my tea or get a new one, because it's a bit lukewarm now. Oops, hang on a minute. Yeah, daughter back home from school and butchers and ow and stuff. But where was I? Yeah, so I'm gonna make a Halloween house pop up. I just need to get a new. Could I order the scalpel and blades off Amazon? No, because they don't recognise I'm over 18. So I'm going to have to go out tomorrow and buy a flipping scalpel. I have got a scalpel, I just don't like it because the blade moves about and my hand slips and stuff, and I don't like it, and I want to get one of those comfort ones. So yeah, that's everything from me today. Hopefully I'm going to have the stuff to finish off my decorations over there. I will put some pictures up of the history of illuminated manuscripts. It is worth looking in. They are absolutely stunning. They're gorgeous. So yeah, I will put names and shops, etc. in the box below. And I'm going to say goodbye because I think I've rambled for long enough. So I will say goodbye for now, and if you want to find me, you can find me here on YouTube. I am on Instagram, Facebook, and on Goodreads. And on that note, good reading to you. Please stay warm and cozy and safe wherever you are, especially with this weather and this torrential torrent of the rain, and just in general, yeah. So stay safe, everyone. Stay warm, stay dry, stay cozy. Happy reading, whatever you are reading, and I will see you all again very soon for a very fun, hopefully. Well, I think it'll be fun because I'm really looking forward to Halloween. I'm trying not to get too excited because life always gets in the way, but I'm doing small things which I think are manageable, and I can't wait to share my ideas with you all. So until the next time, have a fab weekend, and I will see you all, if this comes out before the weekend, or it might come out next week, I don't know, it depends when I can actually get on the computer to edit the thing, because the video, because it's Friday today, Friday the 3rd of October, and it's the weekend, so my daughter's going to be on Roblox when she comes down. Anyway, I'm going to shush, I'm going to go. Thank you very much for spending this little bit of time with me. It's always lovely to have you, and I hope you like my waffling and my rambling. Please let me know. I can cut the rambling, possibly. I did have scripts, but I never stuck to them really. I just have notes now. So yes, again, good reading to you. Stay warm, stay cozy, stay safe. Happy reading, and I will see you all again very, very soon. And my next video, like I said, will be a Halloween, or heading to Halloween, kind of a bit of a special thing. I'll see you all very, very soon. Have a great evening, day, week, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. I'm going now. I will say bye-bye to every one of you. Thank you for spending your time with me. See you later. Bye-bye, everyone.